Pharmaganda, that venomous veil, the alchemy of fear turned into glossy pamphlets and glossy eyes in waiting rooms of surrender. It sells sickness as identity, dependency as discipline, and obedience as science. But we remember a different medicine, one not measured in milligrams, but in moonlight, sweat, psilocybin, and the raw shriek of truth. We see through your whitewashed temples, your pop up priests in pressed scrubs, reciting the gospel of side effects may include. We know the cost of your miracles, serotonin sold wholesale, spirit amputated with a copay. So we rise, armed with mushrooms and memories, with dreams that don't fit your DSM. Our tongues are fire, our blood sings rebellion. We do not ask permission to reclaim the pharmacy of the forest, the altar of the mind, the church of inner space. We are the heretics of healing, breaking the spell, burning the scripts, dancing barefoot on the bones of expired dogma. This is your notice. Pharmaganda. Your kingdom is crumbling. The people are remembering, and the spores have already spread. Pharmaganda, you brittle cathedral of clinical lies, you empire of insurance forms and clinical trials that bury the sacred beneath spreadsheets. We see your sanctimonious syringe as the scepter of empire, your lab coat starched with colonial dust. You mistook our awe for consent, but we were only sleeping, deep in the mycelial language of ancestors where fungi whisper what doctors forget. We have awakened, not cured, but transfigured, not healed by your standards, but reborn in our own. You offer us normal, but we crave the ecstatic. You trade in compliance, we traffic in communion. You reduce the soul to serotonin, we expand it into starlight. Do you feel it? The tectonic shift beneath your patience, the shiver in your blood work, when you hear the word ayahuasca spoken in tongues older than your textbooks? Do you notice the silence in your clinical trials, where the dreams go unmeasured, the visions unrecorded, the grief unsanctioned? We are not your subjects. We are the storm that turns the page. We come draped in data and drumming, singing in frequencies that bypass your firewall of reason. Quantum shamans, digital mystics, tattooed prophets of the biome. We ingest your pills like sacraments of war, then vomit them into soil, planting medicines you tried to outlaw. Our medicine has thorns. It hallucinates. It howls in the wilderness and returns with truth etched in blood. Our bodies remember rituals you've tried to erase, lithic grooves, stone circles, women bleeding into moss as the sky opened its third eye. We remember when madness was honored, when healing meant descent, not sedation. So mark this: for every Paxil prescription, a jungle stirs. For every Prozac priest, a child is born with snake vision and an immune system forged in myth. We speak in parables now. Pharma as pharmakos, a scapegoat disguised as savior, an idol dressed in scrubs offering communion in capsule form, but never letting you taste your own divinity. We have tasted, and now we roar. We turn your waiting rooms into war rooms, your clinics into carnivals of reckoning, your DSM into kindling, for the fire that remembers who we are before the branding, before the billing codes, before the numbing. We are remembering. Our hallucinations are maps. Our traumas are rights. Our neurodivergence is a compass pointing away from your empire and toward a truth you cannot brand. And the spores, oh, the spores, they're already blooming in your boardrooms, your bedrooms, your algorithms. They crack concrete like prophecy. They spell your obsolescence in mycelial braille. This is not a threat. It's an emergence, an eruption of memory, a revolution in slow motion, a psychedelic tsunami of soul. And when it arrives, not with armies, but with ancestors, you will call it madness. You always do. But by then, we will be too far gone and far too free to care. All right. So what you just saw right here was neologism. It's called Pharmaganda. I'm creating these particular new, it's like a new language. And I would encourage everybody out there who is kind of tired and fed up with the old language out there to create new words that are in communion with pictures, sort of like this. I think it's a new way of media. I think when we can create new imagery laced with new language, I think we can find new ways to think about the world and see ourselves in a way we've never seen before. Sometimes I feel like language is a cage and it it hinders us. It stops us from being who we're supposed to be. So often we get caught up in all of the things that are happening in the world and all the language around it. So much marketing out there. And on the positive note, I think what we're beginning to see is a shift from manipulation into meaning. And I think that that's what the goal of this is. So the poem that you heard is called Pharmaganda, and this is the image of it right here. I would encourage everybody out there to start writing some poetry, start using these neologisms, and see what you can do in the world around you. Become the very best version of yourself.